esa uyobia oya level-headed person. Esa uyobia sabi unimu nyansa to that level no. Ni atiane say sukun pipa jimie say da sebi ketia kan ye no. Ani yade ba ko so Yesu Kristo oba asase wantimi answer ejimie. Enti emfa woni suku awakọ wajimi. Emfa woni degrees awdo masters awdo awaye. Common sense. Undibi. I respect your office as majority leader. I respect your father saying sit now occupy your foot no. But endra adia your parliament no. Sabi wama obuo ni die ama ho. Say man so me mu a ebia I'll go overboard. But mon find cheme. Mentai nya saade we say. Ye to abama parliamentary ye to abadema presidents or presidential candidates. Say omo form government. Na day to day running of the country no niam be kom na de ade ho beton no. Sabio omo solve problems en fama yen. Yen to aba form administration ni say omo wi yen. Eti enra den so about Prof Naana Opoku Agyeman asemo a whatever Afenyo Markin me money no ha. I will not give him the opportunity again on this platform. Sir, why old woman, why incompetent, why to manage Ghana education no. Na NDC for any future. Na one do consider future. Akwa for a certain baumia. Ediaba for Ghana future. And I'm saying, I pa. Afenyo Markin, 46-year-old Afenyo Markin. One John Kuma, the same age. John Kuma is not going to be 46 this year. To the same age. Afenyo Markin in here. Sure. The NPP as a party and this government. Our President Akufo-Addo di anim say Ghana for enkwase afo. Na Ghana nim to be no in 2016. Yenya ye more than grom hawo. Na yenim oman bobre, oman no babi ani ye gina ne fapem no, babi ye free ba, obrabo ani ye boku yenim no. In 2016 ye wo kwan ya, ya anase ye nim babi ani ye gina. In 2016, na yenim petrol gallon bo. In 2016, dollar ni yenim the price. In 2016, rent ni yenim single room self-contained, single room ne porch, any what have you know. Ni yenim kwane faso live your life. But these guys go overboard to lie to Ghanaians. Say, sad administration no ayafo etim yanto ntwene. Now you go for a certain President Akufo-Addo mra. One on a sad time, you know, while politics march for 40 years. 40 years, you know, Akufo-Addo ne bet me ide I solve Ghana problems. 80 years mra. And now station in Kaho, meme kwesi buache. Met me jira me na so akase. President Akufo-Addo and the entire government ask me Ghanaians. It is my own ayi asem ne maker. In a sense, say, ni ani ete hu no na ni enim no. Any promises I would do am de man yen no. Enye nne na moye no ha. It is we are member of this government. Na who defend your by na eso ma wa dwene ye adwuma. Said the honorable Afenyo Markin, adwene anya adwuma parliament. Honorable Afenyo Markin, adwene enrano nana adwene ko off our parliament. Because even when you for education under John Mahama, you for education under President Akufo-Addo, parents and the bedia dance here. And I'm not going to say, data be a school, parents in him. I'm not going to say, data the school, parents in him. You are changing syllabus for more than 5 good years. No textbooks. And you think Ghanaians are fools? Afenyo Markin. Open say Ghana for Sabi ya Jimmy. Let me tell you school fees. You try university there, etia SS there, etia kindergarten for ne, a year lower primary, upper primary for there. Etia nim. Let me tell you, and your Afenyo Markin never kept BB out TV so. I convince you because what you say. 2024 you got trouble now. Trouble ko had never been here. Afenyo, we are young guy. And call you three. One by no Ghana water. Ye the man. I could find the time when I know your board chair. Desalination plant. Nipana was in administration on your visionary no. What would they need? He said, you're not telling the machines biaba. Ama a punso. Yetime treaty. Amna babe portable water. Ama yanum. Ami dia nuam yane ewe fiemo. At that time, we don't know your board chair. We buy the first time we can say contract no. Ama practically see what chair. Afenyo Markin say adweno abafie ane omu yusuo. Professor Naana Opoku Agyeman enye wafeno no. Get it here. Professor Naana Opoku Agyeman. Afenyo Markin dishonorable Afenyo Markin enye wo size no. Get it here. That personality no ebi new fear. The personality called your father say running mate Professor Naana Opoku Agyeman no some personality no because ibuachi ebi new fear. Afenyo Markin ebi new fear. So mama no wache wade da. Ye di adwene ene bu oman. Yedi adwene ene chichiri oman. Yedi nyansa ene dini paso. Eti se wuni asemo adema parliament na moko budget debate na uni sheka kamanutum because adwuma na wabeje no ultimi nya. I am telling you today I am patapajuma ene wababeje ama ahoso. I say chairman Sabonsu any sense who is an audio parliament no. And now Sasabi we are to tia papa wo fear eka menya sure so be defend game for. Mamina wo kana semeno. Mamina wo kana semeno. The firstborn neba one of the sons. Nya 40 years na say you da ben. Who firstborn what is saying? O first one what is saying? Wunu ya no do send betimi actually University of Ghana English department. Wabusu afo do send betimi actually ohodom. Eti sa personality no. Ona bo Afenyo dishonorable Afenyo Markin. E be you fear. That nonsense shouldn't repeat itself again. Henceforth. The nonsense that you and you may cause so shouldn't repeat itself again. Governance is a serious business. We need the government business or parliament. It is a unyasa aba formwa konkoto janim na pompa ye emo suruma unyasa. Sasa juma no ene mpabo na ehye no ano dene. Professor Naana Opoku Agyeman, the track record. Yes, here besides, Adentina, Kojo Opoku Agyeman appointment now, the 1 year appointment. What do you question? Alex, Afenyo Markin. Kojo Opoku Agyeman and one program just ole. Kojo and now, only a Kojo Ketway, which I Kojo Opoku Agyeman. And now Kojo Deputy Information Minister, or best substantive minister, and now or works and housing. One in parliament, board chairman, Ghana Water, and in the Musari, deputy majority leader, and then Waju Boss Akuna Teso. Ghana for say then na adan nti na wo gentimi mom ministerial appointment e okroma. Tell Ghanaians, let them know. Let them know. And now if you know nya tete wo no e gay for na defend wo. Mo ka Ghana for say ya nyi trumu antumu a ye sika 3 billion emma but unim say wutwatro. Unim say antro ena wutwa. Enya no kra etu ko sukuu no wo fa fie nyansa nka ho. Eti no enne yanyi game tum Afenyo Markin. Na so obi ti woto no bugu mu aka be honorable. Se ko bi fa woto be 1 year na 6 months no bu tugu mu a e ka betima just na majority leader. But enne a 46-year-old I am member of parliament who defend say gay for obiafo obiato ha. It was say chairman Sambo so to compromise to ni abale paso ye no and Afenyo Markin betimi akontokwa no yenyo say chairman Sambo so to chen nyamfa a 46-year-old adia ASA youth who defended the gay community. The nonsense activities are what LGBTQ plus the nonsense in no and now we also youth Bob Bruno we see mu obi tumum na wo sabi ya fa wotoa and kabega and 9 ejira so our parliament amane what to be abie 10360 adinze hunu kroma yey enka ubanya na ejira so enti boss ebia na tete no sabi enye fie bia na tete sukudi obetimi akọ abodi ahudo obetimi anya but nyansa de nyame na dema obetimi actual exams obetimi pass obetimi your bibia it is everything obenya certificate no but nyansa pa de enyankopon na di nyansa manipa and I am seeing say unlucky sadie no so go before your altar na bompa ye say osuro ma unyansa me a lot of course that anyama wo ye constituency nyama mo de ko enkrofo a mo intimidate o me no me was silent ni nyina but awu nya me se me boboso nyama Afenyo Markin ye on the constituency and no course about Afenyo Markin was enkrofo bufuo wo ba beka e blocks ho asem your own president I promise say obesi 360 schools the bacho bossa tape we say mame sha abala ye kono abraba abana bossing 2017 promises amudi kumu 2016 about 2017 nyina no ya oni nyina ofia no ma bebo nyina kire mo boss akufo da ma magic Ghana just 2021 yo akufo take abano from 2017 January o boss promise say Obama be see 350 senior high schools. That's all you're saying. Do you know?
We plan a rapid and vigorous development of educational infrastructure in the first 18 months of the next MPP government. This will involve the building of 350 new senior high schools from scratch, whilst rehabilitating and expanding existing ones.
You can call your own.
I love Radio Gold 90.5.
We plan a rapid and vigorous development of educational infrastructure in the first 18 months of the next MPP government. This will involve the building of 350 new senior high schools from scratch, whilst rehabilitating and expanding existing ones.
Okay, one of the promises, Honorable Afenyo Markin, or boss, and now we are Jumama no Parliament, can say, Oko education sector. Well, almost the Asham manifesto, me say, Mubabe see secondary schools from scratch, and Munu 350. Now, more rehabilitating the existing ones, you know, necessary renovation at the Adenmaye. The batcho, how many secondary schools since 2017 and our boss Nessie? How many secondary schools? And since 2017, a boss, Kokwado was he? How many secondary schools? Obi promising e-blocks for blocks for buildings in the tour. Obi promising 200 e-blocks. And Ostatiye, Obi Bakumpa, Wasibi, also was 29. I know who was he. President Akufo-Addo said 350 schools from the scratch. Oh yeah. Obe make sure, sir. One more renovation, the existing ones, no. Near here, ebia dormitories are, you better tell me the dinner. Near Buogu, near Patching Kakaka, and on how far? What buying the Get Fund? Akwajibusia $1.5 billion a day. Get Fund. And the what setting up that fund, say, the so-called visionary first Akufo-Addo no eba no Afenyo Markin to amanatam Get Fund for tuano akwajibusia wakola tries no edi nanum $1.5 billion. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the least said about that guy better. He's a vice president, but he doesn't see himself as the vice president. Also a mate. Etiapenyo, men the one doing say, ye baba bejao. One wa buying, na sebi aturo techerema. Amo de ko montene, edi ntroto nkrofo no, mafa muhodi. No, I am a stakeholder. Me a Ghana ni, me na nima jai Ghana, me omo ya Ghana for. What you say? Eti Professor General Opoku Agyeman, my achievement. The last time I mean his CV, 50 pages. Gave him on support to get that. And now let's be a further. But now it's on record. So wo Utibiginal Parliament. A defending gave for. More pass bill. It is before President Akufo-Addo. When only the government business say and you da. My papa no fan sa shase na na dwi no sign it. As young as you are, as young as you are, I didn't doubt him Edema Ghanaian youth no and your papa. I didn't die Afenyo Markin Denigration as the majority leader, but they don't who and local parliament akwakoye. Oko defend abano adwiragu tiasia. Is it true, sir? Gay for sika no wajibi ana. Question me bisao. Is it also true, sir? The parliamentary press conference for no. Yama tax sir. Yanifo biato payroll so bosubi biaman 2,000 Ghana mantana. Is it also true, sir? We recruit some presenters. Sir Ombobwa, sir Beya, sir gay and send some no. Be on down on my penin sign. Etaba omkabi mama. One of the stations will get a crowd on the presenters and do one ya compromise them. And presenters, you know, me tell you be me yesiba koso so. Some more station be the or also so air sankrofobia. To me, a question: is it true that community you have taken money from them? Is it true? Is it also true, sir? Yeah, more task, sir. And central phone be one more parliament report, almost on the radio soon nano, and no more coordinating. Now, but should be among 2,000 Ghana cedis each. May both figure because I know as a maker. Is it true? So between 2,000 a month, so that only to be a boy by no. Not against and 7 Yan Basana. Is it true? A question I may be bizarre. Is it true? I am no cry. Sa utu anamobisa. I am no cry. The other societies and the spiritualities and what have you know. And on the young fan called them. Yentia John Mahama. Check who TV the mommy. Yentia John Mahama. Nia ose only vision. It will cover Obia when at 70 years. And for your information, President now didn't mind Obedi ade no 72. Tie. President Akufo-Addo a Afenyo Markin Denigration no. President Akufo-Addo bedi ade no 72. Nyame ya domo this month 29th. President Akufo-Addo ebenya 80 years. Wa gusu ya president. Eti oni ni tano onye now or 81. Are you thinking right? Are you thinking right? One of this honorable member. O president now di na maye no. Onye ni tano ano naka 3 months no onye 81 years. Ono kura no ubunzo president. Adwene a depth of Zanana Opoku Agyeman tirim. Sadre no. Which tire and the swabomia and the boss. And the entire caucus na ebe pai, mutiba pai. Me say adwene dem amini tirim no. Sa what is adwene bie o president no and the vice ni tirim. Ebe pai say ta etimi contain say ayetikasi ya wiadwe ebe na mebu no tie John Mahama ni also onye visionary etenne wonu akofo obi a just and this for any or they are not looking for the future of this country yet to about every 4 years constitution ma ho kwan say young man obi a age limit bi no yesi woni 40 years a president akoda ultimate mpre we a lawyer temra ese huru na odi o parliament no manenya first and last. They be ameka, me say nipa bonophobia betimi asom obi say enkobu obi. Yanko yanim.
Rest once and for all. They always talk about the mess John Mahama left us, the economic mess he left us. I mean, let's just go down a comparison lane. When I left office, the debt to GDP was 57%. Today, the debt to GDP is more than 100%. It means if you take all Ghana's GDP and you turn it into money, you use it to pay all our debts and you still owe 3%. Our debt to GDP was 57%. And the optimum GDP for middle income countries that is recommended by the IMF is 60%. So we're even under the recommended debt to GDP. When we left office, the budget deficit was 6.6%. Today, the budget deficit, it even went to 15%. It has now started dropping. When we left office, inflation was 15.5%. Inflation under this government went to 54% and is only now dropping. It's about 30%. When we left office, cocoa production was 960,000 metric tons. And we went for syndication loan of $1.8 billion, brought $1.8 billion into this country. Today, cocoa production is under 500,000 tons. And when they went for syndication, they got only $800 million. At 8%, we got 1.8 billion at 2%. And so what are you talking about? You can't compare the economy under us. When we left office, we gave you 2 new oil fields. All the work that we did as NDC was with 1 oil field, the Jubilee field. We worked and brought the 10th field and the Sankofa field into production. And so it made oil revenues triple. When we left office, we had solved Dumso. We bought enough generation. We established ESLA to pay the legacy debt. Today, Dumso is back. You can't pay the independent producers. And all of you know Dumso is back, just that they don't want to announce a timetable. Yesterday when I came to Tamale, the lights were off the whole day. And so, this thing they keep saying, Mahama left a mess, we came and repaired your mess. Before I left office, the IMF said that Ghana's economy was going to grow by 8%. And it grew by 8% and more. in 2017.
You can call your own.
And in 2018, it dropped. When their own policies started kicking in, you look at the GDP growth rate. From the high of 8% that they inherited from me, the next year it went to 6 point something, 5 point something, until when COVID hit, it went to 0. So that myth about you left us a mess, you left us a mess. When you came into office, the Kufuor Eurobond was left with 270 million to pay. Where did you get that money to pay? Mahama left it in the sinking fund because I knew that debt was coming up. That was visionary because I knew that if a new government came, it was going to be difficult to find 270 million at once to pay off the Kufuor Eurobond. So we left it in the sinking fund. They came and met it. In October, they just took it and paid the Eurobond. And after that, they didn't put any money in the sinking fund again. That's why when COVID hit, we had no money to defend ourselves. I set up the stabilization fund. When COVID hit, they didn't know where to find money. We told them, go and look in the stabilization fund. I left money in there. Went and took 300 million, from the stabilization fund. I set up the Ghana Investment Infrastructure Fund, the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, and I put $270 million seed money in that fund. Today, that's what we are using to build your Agenda 111 hospitals. So how can I have left you a mess? They are good at propaganda, and so they just keep repeating something. Oh, we came and met your mess. We came and met your mess. In 2016, for the first time in Ghana's history, we ran the government budget without taking one CD from the Bank of Ghana, zero borrowing from Central Bank. You in 2021, 42 billion, you made Central Bank print for you. The following year, 2022, 35 billion, you made Central Bank print for you. And that is why today, Central Bank is broke, because it made a loss of more than 60 billion cedis. When I was president, Central Bank made a profit of more than 1 billion cedis. And so that propaganda must stop once and for all.